Hello friends, welcome to the 5th episode of Rambling Unlimited. My name is Daniel. It is not my intention to be talking about issues that involve Donald Trump always. However, he manages to insert himself into the news of the day, of the hour, and in fact of the minute. So I'll quickly identify pertinent US issues that occurred in just the last few days. A Washington Post journalist named Jamal Khashoggi, a native of Saudi Arabia, lived in Virginia, US. He went to Saudi Arabian consulate in Turkey to collect some documents. Unknown to him, 15 assassins were dispatched from Saudi Arabia and laid in wait for him. As soon as he entered the consulate, he was killed. After extensive investigation, the CIA concluded that the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, Mohamed bin Salman, also known as MBS, not only knew about the entire operation but ordered and orchestrated it. Donald Trump does not believe the CIA, saying that King Salman and Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman vigorously deny any knowledge of the planning and execution of the killing. He further implied that the murdered journalist is an enemy of the state and a member of the Muslim Brotherhood, as stated by the Saudi Arabians. He also basically inferred that we cannot afford to lose money or business from Saudi Arabia just because of the fact that someone was killed. Watch.
On the Fox News deck.
President Trump stands with Saudi Arabia after the American intelligence community concluded that the Saudi crown prince ordered the murder of the Washington Post journalist Jamal Khashoggi. Today, the president insulted the murder victim and sided with the Saudis, who said our CIA is wrong. We now know that the Saudi hit squad tortured and killed Jamal Khashoggi inside the Saudi consulate in Turkey. Yet in his lengthy missive, riddled with presidential exclamation points, Mr. Trump wrote today in part, "We may never know all the facts surrounding the murder of Mr. Jamal Khashoggi. In any case, our relationship with the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia." The president said that maybe the Saudi crown prince, Mohammed bin Salman, knew about the murder, or maybe he didn't. Yet the CIA has concluded not only that he knew, but that he ordered the brutal killing. Lawmakers are putting pressure on the White House to punish the Saudis. Both Republicans and Democrats and U.S. allies are doing the same. So the president may not have the last say. We're waiting for the full report from the CIA. But today, the president got ahead of his intelligence agencies. In essence, for now, it doesn't matter what intel says. We're standing with the Saudi kingdom.
The president also raised questions about Khashoggi himself, though, going some distance to impugn Khashoggi's reputation, writing, quote, "Representatives of Saudi Arabia say that Jamal Khashoggi was, quote, an enemy of the state and a member of the Muslim Brotherhood." But the president going on to say, "My decision is in no way based on that. This is an unacceptable and horrible crime." The president also saying that Saudi Arabia remains, quote, a great ally.
What goes around definitely comes around. And so it seems that Donald Trump and the GOP, after spending years and years harassing Hillary Clinton for her use of private email to conduct government business, chanting with his followers, lock her up. Now his daughter, Ivanka, is doing exactly the same, using her private email for government business. Watch.
Ivanka Trump, while a government employee as assistant to the president, sent hundreds of emails to government officials from a personal account, even after her father spent many months attacking Hillary Clinton about private emails. That's according to the reporting of the Washington Post. The paper reports the first daughter and presidential advisor used her personal email to contact White House aides and cabinet members and others, and that when asked about it, she said she was unaware of the rules. Again, even though her father made Hillary Clinton's emails a driving force in his campaign, he called for Hillary Clinton to be put in jail again and again.
Donald Trump called the retired Admiral McRaven, a Navy SEAL who was in command of the operations that got both Saddam Hussein and Osama Bin Laden, a Clinton and Obama backer, and also insinuated that the Admiral should have gotten Osama Bin Laden sooner. Watch.
A war of words between President Trump and the man who oversaw the raid that killed Osama Bin Laden. In an interview on Fox News this morning, Trump criticized the military for not having killed Bin Laden sooner, and he dismissed the retired admiral who oversaw that operation as a Hillary Clinton backer.
McRaven, retired admiral, Navy SEAL, 37 years, former head of U.S. Special Operations.
Hillary Clinton fan.
Special Operations.
Excuse me, Hillary Clinton fan.
Who led the operations, commanded the operations that took down Saddam Hussein and that killed Osama Bin Laden, says that your sentiment is the greatest threat to democracy in his lifetime.
He's a Hillary Clinton backer and an Obama backer. And frankly,
he was a Navy SEAL.
Wouldn't it have been nice if we got Osama Bin Laden a lot sooner than that?
Admiral William McRaven speaking to our Jake Tapper, saying this: I did not back Hillary Clinton or anyone else. I am a fan of President Obama and President George W. Bush, both of whom I worked for. I admire all presidents, regardless of their political party, who uphold the dignity of the office and who use that office to bring the nation together in challenging times. I stand by my comment that the president's attack on the media is the greatest threat to our democracy in my lifetime. When you undermine the people's right to a free press and freedom of speech and expression, then you threaten the Constitution and all for which it stands. That from Admiral McRaven.
Next, our President Donald Trump decided that since the Congress is not acting to change the U.S. asylum laws, he can do it by himself via executive order, in which he said asylum will be denied those coming in from the southern border illegally. As expected, a judge ruled that what he did was unconstitutional and that only the Congress can change the laws. Well, typically, he called the judge an Obama judge, and when the Chief Justice of the U.S. Supreme Court pointed out that judges do not consider political affiliations when delivering judgment, Trump descended on him like a ton of bricks. Watch.
When President Trump issued an executive order to change asylum laws in America, he essentially said, since Congress hasn't acted, I will. Now a federal judge has countered, no, you won't. The judge today blocked the administration from denying asylum to immigrants who cross the southern border illegally. The ruling, the obvious. Congress makes and changes the laws. The president can act as a matter of national security, and that's exactly what he's claiming. The caravan, the invasion, the troops, the threat to the nation. The judge said no. The president cannot simply rewrite immigration laws.
This was not the kind of holiday greeting President Trump was expecting from the highest-ranking judge in the country. Supreme Court Chief Justice John Roberts is directly contradicting the president tonight on the subject of judicial bias. It did not take long for the president to return fire.
It was a rare rebuke from the Chief Justice, but I think it underscores a fairly common frustration among jurists that politics have absolutely no place in the court of law.
The Ninth Circuit is really something we have to take a look at because it's not fair.
What began as a president's sharp critique of the Ninth Circuit late yesterday, today caromed off the pillars of the U.S. Supreme Court, with Chief Justice John Roberts chiding the president for injecting politics into the courts. We do not have Obama judges or Trump judges, he wrote, Bush judges or Clinton judges. What we have is an extraordinary group of dedicated judges doing their level best to do equal right to those appearing before them. That independent judiciary is something we should all be thankful for. The president responded on Twitter, sorry, Chief Justice John Roberts, but you do indeed have Obama judges, and they have a much different point of view than the people who are charged with the safety of our country. Roberts' rebuke comes after Judge John Tiger, an Obama appointee, ruled against the administration's plans to impose new restrictions on asylum cases, a move the president seemed to think was politically motivated, perhaps because, like rulings from Obama-appointed judges in Hawaii and Michigan, the president's latest policy plans were again halted, at least temporarily. Mr. Trump has been critical of Mr. Roberts before, but it is rare that the Chief Justice on the highest court in the land would return volley, albeit subtly.
Justice Roberts really let us down. What he did with Obamacare was
disgraceful.
There was nothing subtle about the president's support for Saudi Arabia today, calling the kingdom's low oil prices a big tax cut for America and the world. No mention of Riyadh's possible role in the murder of journalist Jamal Khashoggi or the building pressure to increase sanctions on the Saudi monarchy.
Yes, these are the things we deal with because we have a certain guy called Donald Trump belonging to the Republican Party in the White House. Meanwhile, the Democrats and the Republicans both are not making enough noise, raising enough dust to counter some of these behaviors. That's why I will advocate for another political organization that will be able to hold people accountable at any time, regardless of their position. This party will welcome anyone with open arms. There will be no constraints on beliefs, political agenda, or anything. Just like when America first conducted elections, there were no political parties. People were just elected based purely on who they are and what they believe in, not which party they belong. More on this later. Thanks for watching. See you in the next episode.